Hey everybody, it's Molly with All Ears, and I am here today with a brand new video and a new food review. Tonight's food review is going to be very exciting, very special, because today is the reopening of Citricos at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. This is a signature restaurant. It hasn't opened yet since the closure until tonight, and it has been completely redone, an all new menu and an all new, very light touch of Mary Poppins as the theme at the restaurant. I'm going to go in and check it out, show you all those fun little details. We're going to have a delicious meal together and see if this is somewhere that you should treat yourself next time you're in Disney World. Hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. Off we go. If you've never heard of Citricos, I don't blame you. It's kind of an underrated signature restaurant. There's so many great restaurants here at the Grand Floridian that people kind of forget about Citricos, but it is located here next to Victoria and Albert's on the second floor of the lobby. And again, it's reopening tonight. Brand new renovation, completely redone menu, touches of Mary Poppins Returns in there. So excited to get in there. Citricos was also always one of my favorite lounges in Walt Disney World, and they have still got the lounge area here towards the front. There's some tables and chairs, or you can sit at the bar, you can order off the menu, order yourself something to eat, but they have a fabulous wine list here. They make excellent cocktails, and if you're just coming in for a quick nosh or just a cocktail or a glass of wine, I think you would love to pop into Citricos. And like I said, the restaurant is reopening with a brand new design, and it's got touches of Mary Poppins Returns, which is the Mary Poppins sequel that came out a few years ago starring Emily Blunt. So let's take a look around the restaurant and see what we can find as a nod to everyone's favorite nanny. Starting here in the lounge area, you're going to notice that there's cherry blossoms on a lot of the chairs. You're going to see that motif throughout the restaurant. And of course, that's a nod to Cherry Tree Lane, the house that Jane and Michael Banks live at.
Number 17 Cherry Tree Line, you say?
Also on the light fixtures in the lounge area, you've got these little birds, which I can't help but assume is a nod to Spoonful of Sugar, where the little robin sits on Mary Poppins' finger in the original. Your girl loves an open kitchen, and they have this beautiful open kitchen here so you can see whatever the chefs are cooking up. Citricos usually advertises itself as American and Mediterranean fare, but they've got a lot of variety of dishes. And again, it's a signature restaurant, so you know whatever you're going to eat is going to be delicious and exquisite. They're going to use the best ingredients, and it's going to be something really creative and fun. Another very subtle but exquisite nod to Mary Poppins. Look at these light fixtures. They are actually upside down umbrellas. Isn't that adorable?
When the world turns upside down, the best thing is to turn right along with it.
There are these iron gates here midway through the restaurant, and a server just told me these are a nod to when Mary Poppins arrives because the wind's coming in from the east. And the leaves all swirl about, and that's how you know Mary Poppins is coming. So another nod to M. Poe, as I like to call her. We're tight like that. Perhaps the most obvious nod to Mary Poppins is a few places around the restaurant you'll actually see artwork of Cherry Tree Lane. And then on some of the light fixtures, you will also see butterflies, which are greatly used in Mary Poppins' magic, especially in the second film. This right here is the sommelier's private wine room. They are going to do a wine pairing dinner that's going to have a wine pairing 5-course meal, and it's going to be completely different than anything on the menu out in the dining room. That'll be a signature experience that you can do. And of course, in here, they've got some more Mary Poppins nods. They've got that Cherry Tree Lane artwork on the walls. If you look at the light fixture, those are made out of cherry blossoms. And then the most obvious and amazing of all, her carpet bag. And Polly! Isn't that amazing? I love that it's like very subtle Mary Poppins. It's kind of like Enchanted Rose being rethemed to Beauty and the Beast. If you didn't know this was Mary Poppins, I don't think you would know, but as someone who does know that and someone who loves Mary Poppins, it's really fun to find the little touches, and it's not overwhelming, it's not kitschy or anything, it's very subtle and it's really nice. Citricos is only open for dinner and currently only open on a few nights. Definitely recommend advanced reservations. And keep in mind, this is a signature Reed Fancy restaurant at Disney, so there is a dress code. No tank tops, flip-flops, swimsuits, cover-ups, hats, cutoffs, torn clothing, t-shirts, etc. So it's a little swankier, you know? Sampling 2 different cocktails to start because I'm forcing my date to give me a sip of theirs as well. But this is what I ordered. It's the grapefruit spritz. It's got vermouth, Amaranino, gin, house grapefruit, Florida honey, and then also house seltzer. So she said it's very refreshing, like a Negroni. And this right here is the 212 Manhattan. It's got Angel's Envy bourbon, Bertrand Bay mules, which I cannot pronounce, and then chocolate bitters in it. Okay, let's try this grapefruit spritz first. Cheers. Ooh, that is so refreshing. Oh my gosh. Okay, it reminds me of an Aperol Spritz. I love Aperol Spritzes. They're one of my favorite cocktails because they're so refreshing. You do have to like vermouth because it definitely has that bitter taste to it, but it's very crisp, very refreshing. If you've been outside all day and you want something that's just nice and refreshing and gonna hit the spot, I think this will do it, but you do have to like that vermouth. And now let's try the Manhattan. I always feel fancy when I drink Manhattans or anything in this kind of cup, let's be honest. Wow, that is a fabulous cocktail. Okay, you can absolutely taste the chocolate bitters. It like literally has a chocolate little hit right when you take a sip. You can taste that good high quality bourbon. That is fantastic. If you're a Manhattan drinker, great. But I gotta tell you, I'm so happy Citricos is back because their bar has always been A+, and they have served up some of the best cocktails in Disney. So I'm thrilled that it's back. Both were great, and I don't think you can pick wrong. Taking a look at the drink menu, you first start with specialty zero proof cocktails. So those are all mocktails that anybody can enjoy, whether you're a non-drinker or not of age. So these are fun, and a lot of them have like house-made ingredients, and they're going to be fancy and exciting. Then you've got some specialty cocktails. My server pointed out that she loves the Passion Margarita, the Grapefruit Spritz, the Manhattan, the Old Fashioned, the Cucumber Martini. You have a list here of ciders and beers. And then one thing they are definitely known for here at Citricos is their wine list. So we've got a list of sparklings, white and rosés, and reds. Bread is here. Never going to complain about that. So there's two kinds of bread in this nice little basket. We got a ciabatta, and we also have a lovely rye with Kamada olives. And then there is some butter here with some sea salt on the top, citrus sea salt. Yum. Let's eat bread. I just want to thank whoever was like, hey, before you eat a full meal, why don't you eat some bread first on the house? Good for you. Thank you for that, Mr. Bread Service Man or Mrs. Bread Service Woman. The ciabatta, classic. Nothing extraordinary about it, but it's a good piece of bread and really good butter. Now I will try the other bread. This has got the rye with the olives. That one's definitely rye bread. It's almost got a saltiness thanks to the olives, but then you've got the creamy butter with the citrus to swap it out. That's good. Standard bread service, nothing amazing, but it's bread. What do you want? Also giving one of their mocktails a whirl. So this has no alcohol, so anybody can drink it. This is the Old Fashioned Orange Soda Float. It's got handcrafted orange syrup, house-made seltzer, and vanilla bean ice cream on it. Yum. First course is here. Two tasty looking dishes. First of all, this is their strawberry salad. It's got a chamomile infused goat cheese right there, and then frisee lettuce, a bacon vinaigrette, and then spiced sunflower seeds. And then it's also got some strawberry and some strawberry preserves on it and edible flowers. It's almost too pretty to eat, but I will eat it. And then over here, this was a #1 recommendation from our server. This is the smoked duck breast. It's got house-made tagliatelle pasta. I can't pronounce that, but I tried. And then it's got a celeriac puree, and it's duck confit, and it looks and smells amazing. Duck time. I have since, thanks to Google, learned that celeriac is a root vegetable. So that's what the puree is. And then pasta and duck. It's so smoky. It tastes like smoke in like the best way possible. And I love smoked stuff, but you can tell they smoked it for a long time. And it's got this house-made pasta. I know duck isn't everyone's thing, but that is excellent. And now for the salad. which I'm actually very excited about. I actually like love salad. This goat cheese is like whipped, and then it's again chamomile infused. So it is creamy and smooth, and then there's that crunch from the sunflower seeds, which do have a little bit of heat, but not a ton. It's just like more like a little crunch, little pop. Fresh strawberries on here. I'm dipping it in the strawberry kind of gelatin, pureed strawberries, fresh vegetables. The goat cheese and the fresh strawberries make that dish, oh my god, it's so summery and fabulous. Oh, that's nice. What are you gonna do? A+ salad. 10 out of 10 would eat again. I want like a big one. Like I would eat this as a meal with some chicken on it. The Grand knows how to do a salad, I tell you what. Now to give this float a whirl. Ooh, that is so citrusy and fun. The house-made seltzer is excellent. You definitely have to like orange juice, but it's not as sweet or as heavy as orange juice because that seltzer is adding a little bubble, a little pop, a little something, something. And then you've got the ice cream. My server told me to let it melt a little bit, and I'm glad I did because it's got that creamy vanilla in there. Now, while I will most likely order a cocktail when I'm out to a fancy restaurant, if you are not a drinker or you're not of age to drink, this is really fun, and it's like something simple that I think kids will enjoy, but it looks fancy and it looks exciting. Main courses are here. I ordered the short ribs. These are guava barbecued short ribs. They come with aged cheddar creamy grits, a roasted poblano sauce, a perdido slaw, and then some Brussels sprouts. They look amazing. Over here is one of the enhancements. This is the truffle macaroni and cheese. It's got house-made gnocchetti, summer black truffles, tarragon. It looks amazing. I'm also stealing a bite of my dates food right here. They ordered the domestic golden tile fish. It comes with a Jupiter rice chorizo risotto, Key West pink shrimp, and some confit tomatoes. Yum, yum, yum. Let's get into these entrees. Okay, I'm gonna try the fish first. I'm notoriously not a huge seafood person, but I bet it'll be delicious. It is very good. Not a super aggressive flavor. Gonna try the chorizo risotto now. Now that is fabulous. That has the smoky chorizo flavor to it. And then it's got some little shrimpies in here. Gonna try a shrimp. And those are excellent. I'm not a huge seafood person, but that fish was cooked perfectly, and that chorizo risotto with the shrimp in it was really, really good. So if you are a seafood person, I think you should give it a whirl, but our server said the #1 seller already, most popular, are the short ribs. They are like literally falling apart right here. Look at that. OMG. My mind can't think of better short ribs I've ever had in my whole life. No, I can't. Maybe Chico. Wow, those are fall off the bone, so tender. And it's got a little sweetness from that guava sauce. Those are unbelievable. And with the cheesy grits, I now have a Brussels sprout with a little of that poblano sauce. This poblano sauce is smoky. It is going so well with the cheddar grits. And then that Brussels sprout was cooked perfectly, nice and crispy. This is one of the best meals I've had in Disney in a very long time. It's definitely an upscale meal, but yum are these flavors singing together. And last but not least, the truffle enhancement, the macaroni and cheese. Look at this. It's kind of not the prettiest thing I've ever seen, but it's got mushrooms in there. It's got house-made pasta, truffle. Let's get a shroom. There we go. It's so truffly. It's so creamy. This is not like traditional mac and cheese. So mushroomy. Do not order this and think you're going to get creamy mac and cheese, because while it is very creamy, it's a very sharp cheese, and then you've got the strong mushroom. And I like when I cut into it, the scent of the truffle was almost overwhelming, and I love truffle. So I enjoy this. Do I think this is worth the $21 enhancement fee? Maybe. It's got a lot of truffle on it, which is notoriously an expensive ingredient. But I just need you to know it's not a normal mac and cheese. It's more like a truffle gnocchi, I would say, but it is so good. Taking a look at the Citricos menu, one thing that's great about Citricos is they tend to rotate ingredients pretty frequently based on what's in season, what's local, what's available. So starting with your first course, they've got a strawberry salad, they've got a couple other salads, soups, arancini, some smoked duck breast, pork belly, nice variety there. Looking at your entrees, you've got a couple of different seafood dishes, short ribs. Of course, you've got a strip steak and a filet, a chicken, and then a plant-based rigatoni, and all their pastas here are made in-house, which is obviously fabulous. And then for your enhancements, you can add these to any meal. They're usually designed to share, but they've got potatoes, a truffle mac and cheese, and a smoked cauliflower. And then on the back here, what's great is you've got your allergy-friendly menu. So if you have any kind of allergy, trying to get it in focus. There we go. If you've got any kind of allergy, they're letting you know what is in each of these ingredients. They're letting you know what ingredients with those big allergies are in each of the dishes, so you can help decide what's going to be a good meal for you. This is a signature restaurant at Disney, so if you do have some kind of allergy, some kind of dietary restriction, talk to your server. They will make magic happen, and they will make sure that you get something delicious and you leave here satisfied. I'm once again sampling two things. This is the Orange Blossom Flan. It's a blood orange gelée, orange scented shortbread, and orange blossom honey drizzled fruit on top. And then this is the blackberry tartlet. It's a lemon Bavarian and blackberry mousse. And then it's got a glass cage and candied violet. I can't say that, but it looks amazing. And it's got like some meringue on there and some fresh blackberries. Yum. Dessert time. I'm trying that orange blossom flan first. It's got a little caramelized sugar on top. Orange blossom shortbread cookie, which I'm very excited about. My server said it would be very orange forward, and she was not lying. It's definitely got a big orange flavor, so if that's not your flavor of choice, this one won't be for you. But wow, is that refreshing and so summery, and it's got that creamy flan texture, which I think is delicious. I know some people aren't, that's not a texture they like, but then you've got the crisp shortbread under there. You've got the honey drizzled fruit. Definitely very orange forward, but I like it. Really, really unique. Very refreshing. It's not one of those desserts after you've already had a big meal of multiple courses that you're like, oh, I can't even finish this, but that's fantastic. I cut that one in half. Look at that. That is a work of art. We're going to get a bite of everything. We're going to get the blackberry. We're going to get the meringue. We're going to get the lemon tart. Yum. Oh, that lemon tart is so good. The blackberry gelée is an interesting consistency. It's almost moussey, but between the meringue, the lemon tart, so refreshing, so crisp. You have to like lemon because it's got that tartness from the lemon, and then a little bit of crunch from the pastry shell, that whipped meringue, kind of floaty cloud-like texture. You know what I'm talking about. And then you've got a little bit of sweetness from the blackberry. Excellent. Part of me wishes it was just a lemon tart, because lemon desserts are one of my favorites. So I think between the two though, I actually like the orange better. I thought I'd like this one better, but the orange is just so unique and so different and so refreshing. But both are really good, and again, neither one of these is going to be a dessert that's like, wow, I'm so full I can't possibly eat that, because they're light, crisp, fruity desserts. Taking a look at the dessert menu, you've got a lot of floral and fruity looking desserts. You've got an orange blossom flan, an apple rose, that's your vegan dessert, a blackberry tartlet, a chocolate torte, and then they do have a nice selection of dessert wines. And then again on the back, you've got your allergy menu here, which I think it's very helpful if you do have an allergy. But again, talk to your servers and they can make something happen. The thing about table service desserts is that usually, especially at a signature restaurant, they're not super sweet. They're usually more complex than some people like a dessert. So if you're at a park, I normally tell you don't get the dessert at your table service restaurant and go back out into the park and get something. Because there's very few table service desserts that I'm like crazy over. Ohana bread pudding is about the only thing that comes to mind. That said, both of these are very light, they're very refreshing. They definitely match Citricos, which is an upscale restaurant, so you're gonna get an upscale, more advanced, more complex dessert. But if that's not your thing, you can still always go down to Gasparilla Island Grill and get something, or back at your resort you could get something, but I am enjoying it, again, because it's a perfect nightcap on this meal without making you feel completely stuffed and sugar overload. As always, the big question, should you come here? Is it worth it? Well, I can't tell you if you should come here or not. I can only show you my experience and hope that that helps you make your decision on where to spend your meals at Disney World. When it comes to Citricos, you have to remember this is a signature meal. That means it's fancy. That means expensive. The courses are expensive. They are fancy. They're probably not for your picky eaters. That said, if you have some more adventurous eaters in your family, I really enjoyed the meal at Citricos here. I thought that salad was very delicious. Those short ribs were incredible. One of the best dishes I've had at Disney in a long time, minus the time I ate Ohana Nudes recently, but that's not the point. I also really enjoyed those floral, bright, fresh desserts, and the cocktails were fabulous. Now, those short ribs were like $50, right around that price point, so if that's not something you want to spend your money on, then I don't think Citricos is going to be worth it. But if you are more of an upscale eater, if you are looking for something special, a little something to treat yourself, if you maybe want to see the Mary Poppins decor, then I don't think you're going to be disappointed in Citricos. Would I recommend Citricos over other signature restaurants? Some of them no. My favorite signature restaurant is still Chico. Hasn't reopened yet, but I can't wait for it to. And I do think there's some other great signature meals. I think as long as you come in knowing that this is a signature meal, it's going to come at a signature price tag. But if you're ready for that, if you're a foodie, if you want to try a little something new, a little something exciting, I don't think you'll be disappointed by Citricos. But I'm eager to hear what you all have to say. Try Citricos. If you've been here since the reopening, definitely let us know in the comments what your experience was like. And don't forget, go rate and review it on AllEars.net. We have tons of different dining reviews, and we're going to need all new ones now that Citricos is reopened with a new menu. So go leave those dining reviews as well. Shameless plug. Well, just wrapped up dinner at Citricos. I do think it is a very good meal, and again, it is for a very specific kind of person. If you are an adventurous eater, if you're a foodie, I think it's more of definitely a grown-up place, a special occasion place. But another great option is, of course, you can come in here, have a drink. They have an amazing bar team here, and have maybe just an appetizer or a quick light bite. You can do that as well without a reservation. So let me know what your thoughts are on Citricos in the comments. Let me know what restaurants you want to see reviewed next. In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media at AllEars.net. And until next time, I'm Molly, and it's been magical. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.